Hello and welcome to the latest CraftySniper's airsoft video. Now, the last few blog videos have been audio videos, but this one's going to be a bit different. Obviously, when I start to create videos or think about creating a video, I do like the idea of doing these audio videos. I think they work really well with me. But the subject of this video, I was thinking, how can I make an audio video and show off this product? I can't, so I'm back to doing it in front of the camera. Right. What am I jibbing jabbering about this time? 2 words. Scout Sniper. Something I put up as a post I put up on the Facebook page regarding me taking on a Scout Sniper role, which is a little bit different than strategical sniper or traditional sniper, you know, bolt action sniper rifles, that kind of stuff. And I just want to make this video just showing off you guys what I've got in mind, something you can actually see just sat here. Right. First and foremost, out of all the roles in airsoft, love sniping. I just get that warm, fuzzy feeling when I've got a sniper rifle in my hand. And having the ability to reach out and hit someone at range is just fantastic. When it works, fantastic, can't be beat. Doesn't always go that way, but, you know, fire enough shots out there, eventually some of them I'm going to hit. But, here's the thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my SOS sniper rifle. I think you've got that impression that I do like that rifle. And I like playing the strategical sniper. The one who's out there camouflaged, hidden away, gathering information, taking shots at times that the sniper chooses, you know, choosing when to shoot that person. And that, like I say, works really well for me sometimes. I have a friend of mine who is exactly the same. He has an SOS sniper rifle. I've mentioned him a few times in previous videos. In fact, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be where I am regarding sniping now. He's taught me a hell of a lot of things about the SRS, how to set scopes up, how to actually move, when to shoot, you know, all those kind of information that the sniper needs. He's taught me. So yeah, big thanks to Mark. I know you're going to watch this video sometime. But when we work together, we have 2 exactly the same roles. We both have long-range SRS sniper rifles, heavily upgraded, 80-90 meters, not unheard of, 4.8 gram BBs, you know, the heaviest BBs on the site are being thrown around by me and Mark. I don't know whether there's anyone else on LAC who's actually using 4.8s, but I know for a fact that me and Mark both use them and have great success with them. However, there are times when our roles are a little bit different. And our play styles are a little bit different. He is the quintessential strategic sniper. He's the one hidden away. And I can do that role. I can do it very well. But I'm more of an aggressive sniper. And I like to be up there. Not on the front lines, because the sniper never belongs on the front line. There's no need for him there. But I like to be a bit further forward. And there are times when I could get kills a little bit better with a weapon system that's a little bit different than an SRS when I'm working with Mark. And so the terminology Scout Sniper just pinged into my head. And I was kind of thinking, well, what weapon system have I got in my massive collection, my massive arsenal, that can do scout sniping? I give you this. This is my KJW, or KJ Works, KCO2 Special Carbine Rifle, or Special Teams Carbine Rifle, I think they call it. Basically, it's a semi-automatic, gas-operated, so it's a GBBR, even, rifle. Like I say, semi-automatic. So this is designed as a semi-automatic sniper weapon. It does tick all the boxes for being a designated marksman rifle at LAC. So this weapon, unlike a standard AG, which is limited only to 350 feet per second, this one is allowed to go to 400 feet per second on a 0.2 gram BB. And this is the weapon I've chosen to make a scout sniper out of even. Now, why did I choose the KJ Works KCO2? I haven't had much, I wouldn't say much luck. I haven't used this weapon. I've had this in my collection now for nearly a year, and I can count probably on one hand and have fingers to spare how many times I've actually used this weapon. But it serves a purpose. It's a semi-automatic, so it's quite quick firing compared to a bolt-action sniper weapon. It is quite light. It's a gas weapon. Most of the weight, believe it or not, is actually in the magazine. And don't worry, it's not. There's no ammunition in it, and there's no gas in it. So the weapon system itself is quite light. In fact, most of the weight now the magazines come out is actually on this scope that I've got, which I think is a Nuprol designated marksman style scope. So yeah, haven't had a chance to use this on any of my weapons yet, so I'm actually looking forward to using this with this weapon. So this weapon system, I think, actually ticks the boxes for a scout sniper role. It has the ability to reach out and hit people at 60 odd meters. It has the ability to lift up heavy rounds. There are companies out there making parts for this gun, internal parts, that will change this weapon and make it better than it already is. And don't get me wrong, it's already a snappy gun. The things I like about this weapon, trigger pull is just like tiny before it sets the weapon off. Considering this is a gas weapon, there is no recoil. Yeah, there is just no recoil system to this gun. It has a little bolt handle here. That's all it is. And I'm putting in a microphone. There's just hardly any trigger pull. And also, if you've been used to AR style weapons, so M4s, M16s, or the like, this weapon kind of fits in. It's got the M4 style adjustable stock, all to the usual positions. So if you're used to a weapon with a buffer stock, it's a very comfortable system to go on to. Obviously, I've changed a few things. Like I say, I've added the scope. I have also added a monstrous suppressor on the end of it. Don't get me wrong, the inner barrel on this weapon is absolutely ridiculously small. I actually stripped this gun down yesterday just to see where all the parts are and how they work and all that. And the inner barrel is probably the size of an M4's inner barrel. It's probably less than that, to be honest with you. It's actually tiny. So I don't know quite where KJ Works or KJW actually coming from in designing this weapon system, but on the outside, it looks like a DMR to me. It looks like a scout sniper to me. Now, the real weapon system this thing's based off would be the 1022 Ruger, which fires .22, I do believe. In this configuration, it does not exist. Okay, there is no tactical black plastic rail system 1022 Ruger out there, not made by Ruger themselves. I'm presuming it's Ruger. The Israelis, bless them, use this weapon system with a wooden stock and a long barrel and suppressor as a, what do they call it, a less than lethal sniper system. Not quite understood where that comes from, less than lethal. I'd prefer it to be lethal myself, but hey ho. But basically their idea is they want this weapon system to be a short field sniper weapon. They're fighting building top to building top. They don't need the weapon system like an L96 or an SRS or anything like that that shoots, you know, miles, the real ones anyway. They just want that close in support weapon system. So that's kind of where I've gone from with the idea of this being a support weapon to when Mark is using his SRS, because he's never going to swap that weapon system. Trust me, I've tried to get him to swap it. But I think a sniper team, one person using a 500 feet per second uber upgraded sniper weapon, another person using a 400 feet per second upgraded sniper weapon system, is going to be quite a pair to go up against, because you've now got to worry about, when you're trying to attack this sniper team, you've got to worry about the fact of the SRS can lob a 0.48 gram 70, 80, 90 meters and hit you very accurately. With upgrades, this thing ain't that far behind. Plus, it has the ability to fire a little bit quicker, being semi-automatic. The magazine on this, standard gas magazine, well, it was a standard gas magazine, I'll get onto that in a minute, but basically I do believe it holds about 26 to 30 rounds, if that, and it's double stacked, I do believe. Traditionally it would be a gas magazine. Like I said, this is a green gas weapon. You can buy CO2 versions of these magazines, but this was a green gas magazine. However, as you can see, this has an air tap on the end of it, and that's where my ideas start to change, because this weapon, running on green gas with a moderately warm temperature that we'd possibly maybe sometimes get in the UK, would make this weapon hot. It would be over 400 feet per second. I chronoed this yesterday with a green gas version, because I just swapped the tap over and put the green gas valve back in again. And it was about 420, 430 feet per second with 0.2 grams. So it's hot. Can't do anything with that. However, if you put an air tap on the end of it, you can now run it on one of these doohickeys. This is a HPA setup. Now, I know, some of you guys out there don't like HPA. Hear me out on this one. This is not going to be one of those full auto A10 style Gatling gun M4s that we see and hear about, specifically from America. This, remember, semi-automatic. But this is how we're going to run this thing. This is an air tank. We have a regulator on there and an air line. Air line connects to air hose, the magazine here. What this allows me to do, the benefits, obviously, of this system over the green gas system, is the fact that with the green gas system, it's going to be hot. Unless it's cool weather, and the gas pressures would come down, in which case you'd get less shots out your magazine anyway, and it just wouldn't be worth it. I can now change the pressure in this magazine. I can dial it, because if I just hold on to that, underneath here, underneath the cap, there's a rather unique Allen screw in this Allen head thing, and you can change the PSI, and I can dial it in using this little, I don't know if it's going to focus in, just this little dial here. So remember, this gun's hot with green gas. Run it on HPA, I can dial it to whatever I want. So let's say, for instance, I want to run it on 0.2 gram BBs. I wouldn't, but as a testing purpose, I want to run it on 0.2s. Green gas, 420, 430 FPS. This, whatever you like. You can either run it, if you want to do for test purposes, this is only test purposes, remember, you could run it all the way up to 500 feet per second, 500 feet per second. And it would probably survive quite happily. However, I want to dial it back down again. Remember, the magic number is 400 with 0.2 grams. I've got to first of all find out what ammo weight this weapon system is going to be good at. I don't think it's going to like 4.3s. I think the hop system is not going to be so brilliant with 4.3s. But all I've got to do is find the weight that I like. So let's say 0.3s. A 0.3 gram to make it legal would be X amount of figure. Connect all the HPA system back up again. Take a few shots through the chronograph. See what it's doing. And then I can start dialing it in, taking the pressure off or adding it, whichever way, using the screw underneath here. Once I have got a legal with, let's say, 0.3 gram BB reading, and it's doing it on every single shot, so the weapon is legal. All I've got to do is put a, well, I don't, but the marshalling team at Lincolnshire Airsoft Club, or any club, I should say, will hopefully do this. You've got two little holes through here, and you can put cable ties through this, so that you cannot, or I cannot, get to this without breaking the cable ties. Henceforth, the weapon now becomes a legal way of actually using a HPA system. Now, what have I got to do for this weapon at the moment? Like I say, I've got to test the weights out in it. I haven't had a chance to fire this weapon in quite a while. Like I say, I stripped it down yesterday. Hotbook was looking fine. I might order a new hotbook in as it is. But yeah, I've got to find the ammunition weight that's going to be the one that I want. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be 0.3s at a minimum. I have looked at a slightly smaller tank than this. This is one of the larger tanks. Obviously, the benefit of a larger tank is it holds more air. But I'm playing a sniper system, so I'm not going to be needing so much air because I'm not going to be firing it so many times because it's a sniper weapon. So there are tanks, and I can't remember what size they are exactly, but there are tanks that are actually smaller than this, and they fit into my P90 mag pouch, and that will mean I can put that on the back somewhere, feed a tube through. I've got a green tube. By the way, before somebody says that this blue is going to ruin my camouflage, I do actually have a green one, which will look a little better. And then I can run the gun quite happily. And yes, that is my plan for a Scout Sniper role. So yeah, stay tuned for that. More news on that as it goes along. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you like seeing a rather unique and different style weapon. You don't see too many of these on the airsoft sites. If you want any more information about the KCO2, please feel free. Ask me on the YouTube page, ask me on the Facebook page, ask me at an airsoft site, for crying out loud. HPA system, likewise, if you're interested in getting into HPA, I do have a few HPA, I've ran a HPA M4, I've run a HPA SR25, not brilliantly, but hey ho. But yeah, so I've had a little bit of use with HPA systems. I actually have 2 tanks, 2 regulators, 2 lines, so yeah, I can run quite a few HPA systems. So yeah, if you've got any questions about HPA, you want to know anything, because it is a bit of a dark art in airsoft, please feel free, again, ask me about HPA. It's a wonderful subject. So yeah, I hope you found this video informative, and I will see you guys on an airsoft field very, very soon.